Hi! I've greeted you all so many times now, it's not even funny. My camera has been acting up, and good grief. I hope you all can tell and feel it that I've said hi, I don't know, 20 or 30 million times. I hope you're doing wonderfully, and I've said it so many times already. I hope you're doing great. I'm doing great. And I hope you enjoy our time together. Today's episode 21 of the Mel-Tran Designs podcast. It is May 8th, 2013. It's a Wednesday. I'm your host, Melissa, also known as Anansi on Ravelry and on Plurk Mel-Tran Designs. I'm not going to pause it this time. If it starts to get laggy, I apologize. I don't have it in me to start it again. So, we are just going to move forward and see what happens, and then maybe start throwing things away. Grr. If it's your first time, welcome. If it's your not first time, if it's your 21st time, welcome back. I hope you all enjoy the episode. Grab your spinning, knitting, crocheting, cross-stitching, homework, whatever it is you're working on, and make yourself comfortable, and let's get going. That's farther than I've made it the last, I don't know, umpteen times. We're doing good. All right, happenings. Happenings this week. Saturday was awesome. Jake and I were able to go on an unexpected date day. We had a babysitter we had a girl from church who needed to have some service hours fulfilled, and she had 8 of them. So we ran away. We went over to the farmer's market for a little while, and then we headed over to a couple of new stores that have opened just actually a couple blocks from the farmer's market. One of them is a gaming store. They have board games, but they also have stuff for like role-playing games. They have a whole area set up with tables for people to come and play totally free. They have a schedule up on the wall of, the different nights what games are going to be played each night, and they even have a back room that you can reserve, like if you have a group that wants to get together. You can bring food in. Some of the guys had pizza, things like that. It's a pretty neat store. I think it'll do well. The owner was actually talking to us and kind of showing us around, and he took us up to the front, the cash register, where they have a case with sets of dice and dice bags and things like that. And I actually knit Jake a dice bag, I don't know, probably about 4 years ago, and he loves it. And I asked the guy if he'd be interested, if he thinks there would be an interest in some locally made, hand knit dice bags, and he said he definitely was. So to come in and talk to him. I haven't yet, just because it was, just a few days ago. And I need to get, the one I made for Jake is in his car, so I need to have him pull that out so that I can maybe take it in to show the guy, hey, here's what I did for this one. And anyway, so yeah. Then we went over to a new guitar store that it's been open for a few months now, and I've been wanting to go in and just hadn't. So we went and checked that out and bought some new strings for my guitar that I don't play. They were sitting here. Oh, it's fell down. Anansi is wanting to learn how to play, and I have a 3/4 size that Jake is wanting to teach her on, but it's a steel string and her fingers just can't push the strings down. So we talked to the guy there, and he set us up with a set that there's steel string, or there's silk. I seriously had it sitting right here, and I picked it up. Oh, it doesn't matter. This isn't a guitar show anyway. Silk covered. Either way, it's kind of a halfway point between nylon and steel string, so she'll be able to push it down a lot easier. That's actually why they made them. So, yeah. Then we headed over to Boise and went for a little hike. There's there are miles and miles and miles of hiking trails in the foothills over there, and we were wanting to take the kids, but I wanted to kind of scope it out a little bit so we didn't end up on some, 10-mile hike or something. So we uh, did a loop. It was about 2 miles. I don't know. I don't know if the kids would quite be up to that. They can go about a mile comfortably, but after that they start to get tired. So um, we would just probably go about halfway in and then turn around and come back out, which would be fine. It's really pretty. It was a lot of fun. So we did that, and then there's a very, very old veteran cemetery up there that's, I don't know, I don't think the bodies are actually buried there. I think it's just headstones memorializing, um, I, I don't know. It's not one, it's not the regular veterans cemetery. It's people who died like in the Civil War and in the Indian War and stuff like that. So I don't know anything about it. Nobody really does. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up and do some research on it and um, see if I can find anything out about it. After that, we went driving around a little bit. That side of Boise I don't really know very well. I haven't spent much time there, so we ended up going up this road that took us up to a place called Table Rock that neither of us knew how to get to. We both have seen it. Like you can see it from all over the valley because it's a big rock that's flat like a table, hence the name Table Rock. But we yeah, we didn't know how to get there, and then we ended up there. So I was like, hey, cool, we can bring the kids. And anyway, so we did that, and then we were getting hungry, so we went and got lunch, got some Mexican food at a place called Cafe Olay, and it's kind of in the parking lot of the Boise Mall. So we decided to go walk around, even though my legs were tired. I walk 2 miles every day. I didn't this morning, but I have for like 3 weeks straight, and I probably will later on. But I have clogging tonight, so no, I lied. There was one day that I didn't do anything last week. That doesn't matter anyway. Sorry. So my the terrain though, because it was hiking, I felt it a lot more, and actually the next day my abs were kind of sore too, which is good. You should be using your core. So anyways, we decided to go walk around though to let lunch kind of settle, and ended up buying new swimsuits for the kids, and because the Gap was okay, I don't usually buy swimsuits at the Gap, but they were having a killer sale, and you got an extra 30% off if you used your Old Navy card and all this kind of stuff. So we got them for just as cheap as we would have anywhere else. So anyway, so yeah, my kids are all fancy and have Gap swimsuits this year. Oh, anyway, we found a really expensive tea store that was amazing, but a bit overpriced. It might be one of those splurge things because it was very, very yummy. But anyway, yeah, just walked around there, and then there's a cheesecake factory attached over to the side. So we grabbed 2 pieces of cheesecake to eat later on because we both weren't hungry enough to eat them then. And we never go there because their cheesecake is stinking expensive. But we decided to splurge because it was our date day, and we don't get that ever. So anyway, and then we came home. No, we stopped at my dad's for a couple minutes. Well, probably about 20, and then came home. It was so much fun. And then we ate like half of our cheesecake and saved it for the next day. It was good. I had the turtle pecan, pecans and caramel and chocolate. It was good, but I'm kind of a purist when it comes to cheesecake. I would just as soon have just a plain piece of cheesecake with no toppings or anything. That's really my favorite. So that was Saturday. Sunday, we went to my dad's after church, hung out over there. We made cookies first, and Auntie needed to take a shower and wash her hair and stuff for the week. So, not for the week, but to start the week out. My kids take a bathe more than once a week. Anyway, so I made cookies, took them over to my friend's house. her husband is not doing well. They're an elderly couple. She's the one I took grocery shopping last week. I posted about it on Plurk. Did I talk about it? I don't think I had taken her yet when I podcasted last, but anyways, he's not doing well. So made them some cookies because they are having lots of people, visiting and stuff like that. Then went to my dad's, hung out over there. Didn't do anything overly exciting, just hung out. And then Monday, oh my gosh. This kind of has to do with my design corner segment, but it was an all-day thing on Monday. I was like, okay, I'm going to design. I have this shawl idea that I've been thinking about and all this, and I'm just going to take the day and design. So I designed. Well, I attempted to design. It did not happen. That specific shawl will not work. Like on my show notes here, I just wrote fail in all capital letters. I guess it's not really a fail, it's that it just won't work. And now that I know that though, it clears out space in my brain to design something else, which I've started and I'll show you a little bit later. But oh my gosh, seriously, all day long. It was a cool idea too. So I don't know, I might try and go about it a different way later on. I don't know. I might just give up on it for now and just, because I have lots of other ideas. So anyway, that was Monday. Tuesday, yesterday, I didn't really do anything during the day. Kyne stayed home. She wasn't feeling great. She had a little bit of a fever, just kind of meh. So I decided to keep her home. But last night, well, yesterday afternoon, I got to meet Pam, who is Sheep Therapy on Ravelry and Plurk. Hi, Pam! She was in town, well, she still is in town, for work. And we had so much fun. We went to a yarn store that was in Boise, but moved to Meridian, which is the town in between here and Boise. And they just moved, and I hadn't been there in years because I didn't really like it. But I wanted to see their new location and see if they had, improved or anything. I was impressed with what they had. I'm not gonna lie. I liked it. They had some silky wool in a beautiful teal, and they had one skein of it. And Pam noticed it too, and she picked it up and was looking at it. And I'm pretty sure if there was a sweater quantity, we would have been fighting each other over it. So anyway, I'm going to have to keep my eye out for that because, oh my gosh, was it just, gorgeous. So we did that. Then we went to dinner at my most favorite restaurant, Noodles and Company. And then there's a coffee shop just about a block down from there that we went to, and it was really nice, and they had tables outside. So we sat outside and knit and talked. And then I took her back to her hotel. We were together for about 4 hours. So it was a lot of fun, and I get to see her next month at the Zombie Knitpocalypse. So anyway, I'm glad that I finally got a chance to meet someone because nobody ever comes here. So anyway, it was fun. And then we're here today, and I've been messing with my computer this morning, and yeah, all that kind of fun stuff. My hair keeps bumping. If you see me mess with it, it's getting just long enough that it hits my shoulder and sticks out like that, and it really bothers me. It might not bother you, but it bothers me because I catch it out of the corner of my eye. So anyway, I'm going to steal a drink really quick, and then we'll go into coming up. All right. Oh, you like my glass? It's a mason jar because we roll like that here. I love them. They're the perfect size. You can give them to kids. They don't break easily. They're perfect. Anyway, and I do use them for jam. That's like as we use them for jam, we just add them to our cupboard, and then if I go to make jam again, I just take them all out of the cupboard. What can I say? All right, coming up this weekend. National clogging competition in just north of Salt Lake City, Utah, in Farmington at Lagoon, which is an amusement park there. I will be gone Friday through Sunday. If you see this before this weekend, think of me on Saturday. I have 2 team dances and 2 solos. My eyelashes are sticking together. Do you ever get that where your top one like interlaces with the bottom one? So Friday when I'm driving down, I get to meet Miranda. She's awesome. She's Miranda J on Flirt. And my sister will be coming with me. She's my chaperone. And yeah, get to eat at a restaurant that I love down there. Friday night, it's what I do every year. You know, gotta hold up tradition. So yeah, I'll see if I can record a little bit maybe from Lagoon. I mean, my sister will be recording my performances, but there are a lot of people that come to this, and so I might, I'll see if I can just kind of take a, just kind of a zoom around of just kind of the atmosphere. It's so much fun, so much fun, so much energy. Holy moly! So anyway, that's this weekend. Then we have Fiber Train coming up May 26th and 27th here in Nampa. If you're within driving distance, please come. It's such a fun little event, and it's supposed to be a little bigger this year than it was last year. And yeah, so if you can, come into town. Let me know you're coming, though, please, so we can hang out. Then next month, June 20th to the 23rd, is the Zombie Apocalypse Retreat in Rochester, Minnesota. If you are able to go to that, please do. It's not full. Like, the only way it can fill up is if the hotel fills. So there you go. Please come. It'll be tons and tons of fun, and it's really, really affordable, especially if you cram people in your room like we're doing. So then I'm going to be in Minneapolis from June 23rd to the 26th with my mother-in-law. And I will have time that Wednesday, that 26th. There is someone who I'm going to be hanging out with. She contacted me and asked me if I had some free time. I said, actually, I have all day Wednesday free by myself, alone in the city. So we're going to be hanging out, but we're going to do some yarn shops and stuff like that. So if you live in that area and wanted to, meet for lunch or whatever, we could totally do that. And then June 29th to July 21st is Tour de Fleece. Go ahead and get signed up for that. Grab a team to join if you are so inclined. Even if you haven't been spinning for very long, or you're just a drop spindle spinner or whatever, join. It's so unifying. This will be my first year actually participating. I've watched it before and seen how the teams come together and things like that. So I will be participating in that on a team. And then when that's going on, starting on July 1st, there's going to be an Even Star knit-along, and that goes from July 1st until whenever people are done. There will be a thread in the group for people to talk about it, and if you've always wanted to make it and want some people to knit along with, here's your chance. You still have plenty of time to pick out your yarn and your beads and work up the courage to take it on. So anyways, join us for that. After that is going to be the Knit with Your Hand Spun post Tour de Fleece knit along. Anything you want, any hand spun that you have either made yourself or have been gifted or have bought, any hand spun that you have that you can knit with, make something. Even if it's the little tiniest monster, if it's a monster chunk, things like that. Whatever you want to make, it's just a fun way to use up some of the hand spun that I know you all are starting to acquire like I am. And from the Tour de Fleece, you'll have more. So that'll go from August 1st to September 30th, so you get 2 whole months. I figured that's way, good grief. That way, if anyone has a sweater quantity that they're wanting to knit up, 2 months should be, for most people, should be enough time, even if you have to push yourself a little bit. So that is all I have coming up. Yes. Well, I have the retreat in October, but that's still a little ways down the road. So, works in progress. I have more than one. First of all, I do have the shawl that I've been test knitting for Josh. And I do have permission to show it to you because he has shown it on his podcast. It's called Bumper Crop. And I do have a few inches done now. Let's see if I can... that's going to reflect really badly. Oh, there is my wheat. And then I'm just... let's see... I do have some of the mountains going on. Let's see if I can hold on to this so it doesn't fall out of my hand. It's just the very beginning of those. Yeah, I have, I don't know, a few inches here done. This is Wollmeise in the twin. Yeah, Wollmeise twin, which is the merino nylon blend, and it's the blue curacao colorway. And it's in my bag from Haley of the Knit Two Together podcast with Haley and Lisa. And she is Hale's Knits. Oh, Haley, I can't remember. Hale's Knit, I think. I don't know. If you want one for awesome half and half bags, PM me and I'll tell you. HAYLSKNIT. Hale's Knit. She might have an S at the end. Haley, I'm sorry. Now it's bothering me. She has awesome bags. Please go buy one from her. Tell her you want one. She hasn't had anybody contact her yet, you guys. Come on now. You know you want to. I didn't tell you what size needle that's on to get totally sidetracked. What is it? It's a size 4. What is that? 3.5? Yep, 3.5 millimeter. Sorry. I know, I'm totally like today. That's what you get. All right. Next that I've been working on, it's kind of an impromptu knit along. The other night I was able to get in on a VKN, and they were all like, hey, we're going to make this skinny scarf. I was like, well, I don't want to be left out. Oh, man, I messed it up right there. Oh, well. Okay, so this is what the skinny scarf looks like. It's nothing fancy. It's garter stitch based. Oh, yeah, this doesn't focus. Garter stitch based with some yarn overs. It is a little bit different how you knit the yarn overs to make them elongated, but it's pretty cool. This is some yarn that I got when I was in Portland for Sock Summit. The gal who does Hanks in the Hood has an actual shop. That's not what the shop's name is, and I don't remember. Anyways, this is some of her DK that I bought. So anyway, just using it up. I think I'm losing on the knit along. Not that it's a race, but I'm behind from them. But anyway, it's super easy. I've made it so it was going at kind of an angle, and then instead of 3 rows I did 4, which changed the angle, and then I think I did it again. I don't know. I don't care that much. I'm just going to keep going because it's not worth pulling out at this point. But what I'm going to do when I'm done is just sew the 2 ends together and make it a big long infinity scarf that I can just wrap around a whole bunch of times, so it's not going to matter. Even if I do it 5 or 6 more times, it won't matter. Lisa actually stopped hers like this, and she made it into a headband, which is super cute, and now I want to make a headband now. I'm such a follower. Anyway, this I grabbed, it called for size 7s. I had size 6s sitting here, which are 4.0 millimeter. So that's what I'm knitting that on. And it's literally just called Skinny Scarf. I don't remember the designer's name, and I apologize. It's a free pattern. So anyway, this would be fun. To be honest, I don't love the look of it just if you have a little chunk, because it's just garters to twist some yarn overs. But as a whole, it has a really neat overall effect. And if you had something with a lot of drape in it, like this is Malabrigo Silky Merino, and you can see that it just has a lot of drape. Something like that would be really nice. So anyway, just a thought. All right, those are the two non-my design things that I have on the needles. So there's no spinning, so we're just going to skip right ahead to design corner. My little corner of the world where I design stuff that works, for Pete's sake. I have two things. First is the beginning of, oh, for Pete's sake. Good grief. I think that'll be the title this week. Oh, for Pete's sake. All right, I have the beginning of a hat. That's all I'm going to tell you. But Briar, when you watch this, just know that you'll be happy. This is the orange yarn that I got to design socks with when I was in Pocatello. It's Cascade Heritage in their sock yarn, merino nylon blend. Yeah, it's the only solid fingering weight yarn that I had that that's a lie. I have some Knit Picks palette. I don't want to make a hat with that. It's not my favorite yarn. Anyways, moving on from that. So that's what this is. This hat will take around half a skein, which means I could actually still design some socks with it because I have small feet. So yeah, anyway, it's a really pretty orange. So that's, right now I have it on, oh, I'll skip ahead to acquisitions just for a second. I ordered some 16-inch size 1 Chow Goose from Sarah of the Sassy Sheep. Shipping for her needles is free. And I know I'm going to see her at the end of this month, but I was like, it's free and I would like them now. So I ordered them. Anyway, she ships out really quickly and it's, like I said, it's free. So anyways, 16-inch size 1, and it'll bump up to a size 3, which, do I have that needle sitting here? It was. It's not a, it's right here. It's not a Chow Goo. I don't actually know what it is. Do you recognize this this cable? It's from a yarn store. It's not like a cheapy, you know, Joann's, you know, Susan Bates type thing or whatever. And it has the, oh yeah, it doesn't focus. It has the size etched in right here. Anyway, if you recognize what this is, let me know, because I'd like to know what needle this is. Anyway, this is my size 3 16-inch that I will transfer this onto, oops, once I hit 2 inches. So, and lastly, not lastly, secondly, the only other thing I've been working on is the socks that I started last week that I showed in the Pagewood Farms yarn. I've made some more progress. I have the cuff done and the heel, and I'm working now down the foot. It's just a very basic sock and I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. So anyway, and I really like how the yarn is knitting up. So yeah. All right. Put that away. That's on size 1's 2.25 millimeter. And it's in my Cairngorm bag that I got, that I showed a few weeks ago, that had the thing in the middle. I actually just cut the middle thing out. And it's a perfect little sock bag. I don't think anything else would fit in here. It's quite small, but it's perfect for socks. So that is all I have to show you as far as that goes. Wow, this episode's short again. Awesome. I do have some acquisitions this week to show you. I showed you the needles already. I'm wearing one of them, in case you didn't notice it. I'm sitting on a stool here on the floor. I got my logo shirt. Isn't that awesome? And then I also got some other...
When you start
Eli's talking to me, so I'm going to grab my stuff. Eli, can you wait just a second? I'm almost done. Okay. I got some other logo stuff as well. I got a second shirt that has it plain. So there's that. And I actually got one of these for Jake as well. It was funny because he walked in yesterday and I had this on so I could show him. And he says, "Oh, nice shirt." And I said, "Yeah, thanks." He goes, "I want one." I picked up, I said, "Oh, you mean like this one?" Tossed it to him. Anyway, it was pretty funny. So I not only got shirts, I got new business cards that I'm very, very happy with. They're very just clean and precise and has all my information. It has my catchphrase up here and then my name in teal right there, and then it says knitter, designer, teacher, and then underneath it in this section it says find me on Plurk as Mel-Tran Designs, Ravelry as Anansi, and then hold on bud, and then at the bottom it has my email address and my website. You can come in and say hi.
Hi.
Are you gonna watch that?
Good.
You want to make it a little bit bigger?
Yeah.
There you go.
And I want you to bring my popcorn on.
I will. You know what? I'm almost done, okay? Can you say bye to everybody?
Bye.
All right. Go sit down, okay? Can you do that for me, please?
And
Go
I'm gonna go that way.
No, go sit down. Nope. Go that way. That's enough. Oh, as a side note, he got into the girls' charter school for kindergarten next year, which is awesome. Not again. Thank you. So, I'm really excited because it was most likely going to happen because siblings get first priority, but if they have more than like 28 siblings, then they have to do a lottery, what they call a sibling lottery. And I was just hoping that they wouldn't have to do that. And anyway, but he's in. Yay! So that's exciting. All right. So besides that, I got a couple of pens. Just two, like literally a couple. I needed to spend just a little bit more to get free shipping, so I ordered 2 pens, which Anansi pulled one out to look at, and I don't want to say she lost it, but I don't know where she put it down. She might have had it in the kitchen. I haven't really looked that hard, and I forgot to ask her this morning. Anyway, 2 pens and a new designing notebook. Check that out. I love it. Love it. And there's quite a few pages. I decided to get the blank pages so that I could draw stuff too, instead of the lined ones. So anyway, very happy with that. And lastly, I got a new tote bag. Awesome, huh? I love it. It's a really good size. It holds my projects really well and my notions bag, and so anyway, I will have that with me at the retreat next month for sure. I bought 2 skeins of yarn this week, or this last week at my local yarn shop when I was there for knit night. It's called Coffee Beans. It's by Plymouth. If you haven't had a chance to use this, it's really nice. Becca, you can ignore that comment because you hate acrylic, but it's 75% acrylic, 25% wool, but it's really soft. It doesn't have that scratchy acrylic feel. It has enough wool that it makes it soft, but it's machine washable, which is nice. It's also affordable. It's $8 for 214 yards. And they have lots of colors, and what they do is they have 2 plies of the solid color and then 1 ply of the other color, which kind of goes thick and thin. And then I got the black as well with the kind of mocha colored contrasting color. I got these because if you'll remember last week, the purple Royal Iris that I showed you that was going to be a thank you gift for the assistant for my clogging class. I wanted to make something for my instructor as a thank you gift. So this is going to be a lined beanie. So I'm going to use red for the inside and then make black the body of it and do a couple of red stripes. So anyways, I know we're going into summer, but it's Idaho and it's cold in the winter, so he'll get use out of it, just not quite yet. And it's kind of hard to figure out what to knit for a guy. So anyway, so that's what I'm going to make. And lastly, this acquisition was a gift from Pam, Sheep Therapy. She brought it for me, and it is actually, Lucy, it's the January Into the World fiber shipment, and I love it because it has, well, it has blue and orange, but it also has green and yellow as well. I really, really like it, and it'll be fun to spin up. It's English Shetland, and I'm pretty sure that translated into English, it's supposed to be Starry Night from the painting, which the colors are spot on. And I've never used Into the World before. So anyways, thank you so much, Pam. I really do love it. So anyway, look for that to be on the wheel if I ever finish those rainbow roving. So alrighty, that is all I have for you. I was able to add 10 whole minutes onto the show. Well, 8 whole minutes onto the show because of those and Eli making an appearance. So yeah, have a wonderful week. And as always, feel free to message me if you have any questions or comments. Please come post in the group. I would love to get some conversations going. And yeah, so I hope you have a wonderful week. And may all your spinning and knitting dreams come true. And until next week, keep knitting. Bye.